What down, family? It's your boy SNTV, back at y'all with another Chirac Street Legends, and this episode is going to be about none other than Critical Criminal, aka Blood Money, aka Big Glow.
Blood Money the boss, GB, nigga, you know what it is, man.
Blood Money was originally from the No Love City area, around 57th, 56th, and Elizabeth, also 57th and Racine. He claimed Maniac Gangster Disciple. He was very cool with Dean Mob, and he was also very cool with a squad that went by the name of MOM, or Money on May.
But I want all you motherfuckers out there to know,
yeah, you want y'all to see the picture.
Maniac Rio, nigga, 57 Elizabeth, nigga, Dollar Bill, Gangster, Street Dream, Tank Dog, Bob. You know what it is, nigga.
Man, Blood Money the boss, nigga, reporting to you live, 57 Racine, bitch, I'm at Moran Park, nigga, the most dangerous park in the city of Chicago. I'm that nigga, man, on everything.
And you from right here too, nigga.
I'm that nigga, man. I damn near made right here for the little niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Dean Mob, we out here, man.
It is what it is, man.
This the
Rest
home
in
of
peace,
Dean
Jack,
Mob.
nigga, on everything. I'm standing right here with folks drop that,
Yep.
man. It is what it is.
All right.
Blood
Yeah,
Money the
man.
boss, nigga. Tank Dog, Maniac Crazy. The Maniac headquarters, 56 and Elizabeth. I'm fucking with my nigga Dean Mob, man. I'm fucking with the Maniacs, Tank Dog, man. You know what I mean?
Blood Money also had strong family ties on Front Street. This is why he was so well respected and well loved on Front Street, because Chief Keef, Fredo, and Tato are all his little cousins.
Shout out to my little cousin, man, Chief Keef, man. My little cousin, Fredo Santana. My little cousin, Tato the Savage. We on Gresham, nigga, 061, nigga. Get the motherfucking street sign, nigga, 061, Indiana, nigga. Front Street, nigga. You rockin' with the nigga.
Blood Money would grow up without a mother and a father, and without guidance. This would lead him to the streets at a very early age, and by the age of 11, he was already catching cases. He would end up being caught with some drugs by the age of 11 and catching a case. By the age of 12, he would end up being caught with 90 bags of cocaine. This charge, on top of the one that he caught when he was 11, would end up getting him locked up. The judge would sentence Blood Money to 4 months in jail. He would actually end up doing 46 months because he stayed in trouble. He kept catching cases while he was in jail. After Blood Money would get out, he would hit the ground running, taking on the streets head first. He would get in the streets and make a lot of money, hustling. Chief Keef, as a youngster, would always come up to Blood Money and ask him for money. Blood Money really didn't understand the new generation because he came up in the streets at a time when there was structure. He came up at a time where if you broke the rules, you would get violated. Like the time when he didn't want to listen and he was being rebellious. He got into it with some of the big guys and ended up getting chased down. He said that he was running and he had to stop because of his asthma. They caught him, knocked out a couple of his teeth, put him in the hospital for a few months, and wired his jaw. And he understood what he had did wrong because of the time he came up in. The rules had to be followed and no one was to break them. And anyone that broke them, they would suffer the consequences. Blood Money's also kind of the one that influenced Chief Keef. Chief Keef would go and watch Blood Money in the studio and he would learn a lot from that. Even though Blood Money was in the streets and he was making money, it still wasn't smooth sailing. Blood Money would continue to go back and forth to jail. But the last time that he would go to jail for a gun possession, he would end up getting out in the midst of his little cousin taking over the rap game. Making music is also something that Blood Money was accustomed to since he was young. He actually heard the Tupac album, All Eyes on Me, and he said that ever since he heard this album, he wanted to rap. Tupac, MJG, 8 Ball, and local talents like Do or Die and Psychodrama will all play a part in influencing Blood Money to rap. Even though he would start rapping at a very young age, he wouldn't really get that opportunity to blow until he was older. It was either rap in the studio or the streets. In order for him to rap, he would need money. Being broke wasn't going to get the job done either way. So he chose the streets and to rap whenever he could. After doing 2 years, Blood Money would end up being released right on time to see his cousin Chief Keef get signed. Blood Money was actually on scene when Chief Keef signed all his deals. Blood Money would go to Chief Keef and talk to Chief Keef about signing a deal. At first, Chief Keef was kind of reluctant until he heard a song that Blood Money did with Fredo Santana.
Trips, put your trust in yourself, don't ever trust a bitch.
Chief Keef was skeptical about signing Blood Money because of his age, but after he seen that Blood Money's talent made up for his age, and also Blood Money had a supreme work ethic, Chief Keef will walk Blood Money right into Interscope Records and get him signed to a 6-album deal. Even though Chief Keef was responsible for getting him the opportunity to be signed by a major label, it was Blood Money that put in the work. Interscope ended up giving Blood Money 36 hours of studio time. Blood Money would end up doing 27 songs in 48 hours, and he would end up completing the whole project. Interscope couldn't refuse him. They ended up signing him to a 6-album deal. So ultimately, his work ethic is what got him on. Blood Money will begin to be looked at as the enforcer of GBE. Everything that Chief Keef will get into, Blood Money would step up and handle it. I can recall Blood Money once getting into it with Dirk and making a diss track.
Hey, Dirk, I'll kill you, bitch.
Blood Money would also diss the Migos after GBE and the Migos will have a fallout. Quavo from the Migos would allegedly lose his quality control chain in an all-out brawl. Someone from GBE would end up picking it up. This would start an ongoing internet war.
Hey, fuck the Migos, man.
I can also recall one time where Reese said that Blood Money blew the 50 at Shy Glizzy in his own hometown. According to how the story went, Shy Glizzy and some of his guys began to shoot up the tour bus. Everybody hit the ground but Big Glow. Big Glow would pull out the 50 and let it go. Everybody would scatter. In an interview, Big Glow said that he felt like that was kind of his responsibility and that he always loved guns and that when he was younger, he actually wanted to be an FBI agent until he found out that they were the ops.
I used to want to be an FBI agent when I was young, so I found out they was the ops.
Big Glow was the type of person that came from the hood. He was made by the hood, which means he was never gonna fully leave the hood. 2 weeks after he signed his big deal, him going back to his old hood would prove to be fatal. On Wednesday, April 9th, 2014, Mario Hess, aka Big Glow, would be killed in his own hood on 56 and Elizabeth.
He just signed a record contract, and now local rap star is dead, gunned down in Englewood. Thanks for joining us. I'm Harry Porterfield.
And I'm Dana Kozlov. Roseanne is off this morning. The singer known as Blood Money was one of 9 people shot during a violent night across the city. CBS 2's Susanna Song is live outside Stroger Hospital with the latest. Susanna, good morning.
Good morning, Dana and Harry. Blood Money went by the name of Mario Hess. That's his real name. His family is in shock this morning. They can't believe he's dead. It was just 2 weeks ago that he signed a record deal with a company out of Los Angeles. Now, this is him, a 30-year-old father of 5. He was fatally shot in the chest last night outside of his family's Englewood home. With him was his 28-year-old cousin, Darnell Patton. He was shot in the abdomen and underwent surgery overnight. He is in stable condition here at Stroger. Police say around 9:30 last night, the two were shot in the 5600 block of South Elizabeth Street. Hess was there visiting his family. Friends and family say he just returned from Los Angeles, where he signed a contract with Interscope Records. Hess was recently featured in one of rapper Chief Keef's hit songs. The two were also cousins. A relative says she believes Hess was targeted out of jealousy.
He made it, and they was mad. He had a lot of people just jealous of him, and it's sad, you know. No, he came from nothing to that. Look at him. He didn't deserve that, though, at all. Now one of them, Darnell neither.
He wasn't one of those types where he felt like he made it and he was too good for us. He was right here with us still. Day before yesterday, that's how he got killed last night, because he represented his hood.
Overall, it was a bloody night across the city from Logan Square all the way down to Englewood. Another 7 people shot. Chicago police say they have no one in custody for any of those shootings. Reporting live outside of Stroger Hospital, Susanna Song, CBS 2 News.
The death of Blood Money really affected a lot of people because not only was he a father of 5, he was a ticket and a way out for his hood. He had only been signed 2 weeks. He didn't even get the opportunity to really help anybody. According to what the streets say, through speculation, this was STLKI. This is also blamed on KI from MOB, which was heavily into it with Front Street around this time. While none of that can be confirmed, STLKI was killed a couple days later, and MOBKI was killed about 5 years later.
Do something. The sun is laying in there now from the product of this environment that we set. So, you can say I blame myself. When my kids was coming up, they seen their daddy, and whenever they see me, they know that I was a strong man back then, but I was a leader of a gang. I was in the leader. I was a leader. I was in the Stones. He ended up being a disciple. But where I come up in the 60s, if you wasn't one, you couldn't stay there.
Can you tell us what your nephew Chief Keef said to you today?
He told me he loved you, huh? That's all he told me. Oh yeah. Well, see, I wanted him to move where his family was safe and his kids were safe, because he was getting little threats and stuff, by him being Chief's cousin. Not nothing that he did.
Oh my man. Hey, son.
Blood Money is also thought to have 2 bodies from the early 2000s. One of those bodies being somebody from MOB. While I can't confirm this, Blood Money had a lot of charges, and Blood Money was in the streets for a long time. So I doubt that he was in the streets that long and had never actually did nothing to nobody. I think that what we can learn from the life, death, and story of Blood Money is this. A lot of times, our love and humility can get us killed. We have to always keep in mind, when we're successful, 90% of people would do anything to be in our position. And the ones that can't actually get in our position, getting us out the way is their only remedy, because we've become a problem to them. I just think that Blood Money, amongst many others, didn't really think about this. He was killed in front of his family's house on 56. He was killed in front of his family's house on 56 and Elizabeth, which tells me that Blood Money was extra comfortable, when in reality, he should have never been a target, because he should have never been out there. And although I understand not leaving your people behind and going to visit your family, this must be done with caution, because a lot of times the hate prevails over the love. This has been the story of Blood Money, aka Big Glow. It's your boy, SNTV.